Dear students, now I would like to discuss one of the application of Gauss's law. And this is the last application according to the syllabus. Electric field intensity at a point due to a uniformly charged thin spherical cell. Now what is spherical cell? I would like to give you the example is what? Suppose football, football is hollow inside the means the ladder part, no? Okay, that surface is what? Spherical cell. Okay, and see, suppose the spherical cell is positively charged. Okay, having uniform surface charge density of sigma. Okay, uh, we have to calculate what? Electric field intensity in three portions. Suppose this is a spherical cell, no? Positively charged. One thing you see here, it is means outside. Also we have to calculate electric field intensity. On the surface also we are going to find out electric field intensity, and inside the cell also we are going to find out electricity, but it is what? Hollow part. Okay, now suppose we are going to find out electric field intensity at point P, which is at a distance, suppose r, from the center of the cell, and the radius of the cell is suppose capital R, and suppose the surface charge density is sigma, it is uniform surface charge density. Okay, and suppose area of this cell is capital A. Since we are going to apply what here on this application, what? Gauss's law, and we require a Gaussian surface, and Gaussian surface is a closed surface, all of you know. And here from symmetry, I think we have to take what? A Gaussian surface should be what? A spherical, another spherical cell. Gaussian surface should be sphere. Okay, it is a, this Gaussian surface is a sphere having radius what? Small r, and whose surface area is suppose S. Surface area of cell is A, and surface area of Gaussian surface is what? S. Now we have to calculate net flux through this surface S. Now see, one concept I would like to give you. Suppose this is the cell. Again I would like to tell you one thing. Since it is positively charged, electric field line will come out always perpendicular to the plane of the surface. Okay, like this, like this, like this, like this, like this, like this. Okay, here also electric field line will come out from this cell perpendicular to the plane. Suppose here electric field intensity is what? E vector, which is perpendicular to the plane. Okay, now what is the net flux we are going to find out through S? Because we are going to find out what? Electric field intensity at a point P outside the cell. This is the cell, and we are going to find out electric field intensity at point P, which is outside the cell, not on the cell, not inside the cell, outside the cell. And that is why Gaussian surface should have radius greater than what? Small capital R. Now net flux is what? Phi integration dot ds, and angle between E vector and ds. Now what is ds? If you divide the whole Gaussian surface into small part, you will get a very small area having what? ds. You can there are so many ds are here, but I have considered only one, this portion, that means around point P, and area vector will be perpendicular to ds vector. Okay, area vector is now ds vector, and it is parallel to what? ds, that is why E, that is why angle between electric field intensity E vector and ds vector is what? 0. Now E ds cos 0 degree. Since E is constant, why E is constant? Because the point, if you consider all the point on the Gaussian surface, they are equal distance from the center, that means r, small r. That is why definitely the value of E is constant, it will come out. And integration ds cos 0 means 1. Now E into integration of ds means if you integrate all the small ds, that means you will get the whole surface S, and surface area of S is what? 4 pi small r square, because radius of the Gaussian surface is smaller. Now we are going to apply what? Gauss's law. Phi equal to net flux equal to q by epsilon naught. Now see, phi equal to what? E into 4 pi small r square. Now q by epsilon naught, or E equal to what? 1 by 4 pi into epsilon naught, and this is equal to q by r square. This is the magnitude of electric field intensity at point P. Okay, at every point in fact on the Gaussian surface. But if you write vectorially, then you can write E vector equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught q by r square into r cap, where r cap is a what? Unit vector which is radially outward, and it is means radially outward means its direction is radially along the direction of radius and outward direction. Okay, this is in terms of vector. But one thing you see here, you see again E equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught. Q means what? Net charge enclosed by the surface S, Gaussian surface. What is the net charge? Q is equal to what? Sigma into A. Why sigma A? Because if you multiply surface charge density with the net area, then you will get what? Q. Q is equal to sigma into A. And after calculation, you see 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught sigma. A means what? Area of the sphere, this sphere, spherical cell. That means 4 pi, this time capital R square, because area of the cell is what? 4 pi capital R square by epsilon naught. After simplification, sorry, this is this 4 pi epsilon naught, this is wrong. I have written R square. This is small r square. Okay, this is wrong thing I have written. Now see, sigma r square epsilon r square. This is another expression of what? Electric field intensity. This is also correct. This is also correct. Means for exam purpose, you have to remember numerical, for numerical both thing. Okay. Now I would like to discuss my note also. Same thing I will revise. Okay. Now see, E, electric field intensity at a point P outside the cell. That means at, suppose this is the spherical cell having radius capital R, surface charge density sigma. Okay, now we have to calculate electric field intensity at point P outside the cell, which is at a distance what? Small r. Okay, that's why I have written, we take a spherical Gaussian surface of radius OP is equal to small r. Net flux through Gaussian surface is what? Phi is equal to integration E vector dot ds. Again, angle between, already I have considered what? A small portion of S, that is ds, around the point P, where we want to calculate electric field intensity. Already I discussed electric field intensity is radially outward and perpendicular to what? Surface, spherical surface. Okay. Now again, we have to draw area vector ds vector, which is perpendicular to small area element ds. Okay. An angle between E vector and ds is what? 0 degree. Already I discussed. That is why E ds cos 0 degree. And after calculation, you will get E into 4 pi r square according to Gauss's law. Phi is equal to q by epsilon naught. And already you know phi is equal to this amount and E is equal to this amount. Again, q is equal to, already I told, that means net charge on this surface is what? Sigma into A. A means what? Area of this one is 4 pi capital R square. Okay. Now equation 1 and 2. Okay. If you put the value here, sigma q is equal to this one. After calculation, you will get this one. And in vector form, you can write one. You have to multiply a unit vector, and r cap is a unit vector directed radially outward. Till here I have discussed. Now see here, if q is positive, then what will happen? This both side is positive. That means E vector will be along r cap. That means electric field vector will be along the direction of what? R cap means radially outward direction. But if q is negative, then electric field vector will be, that means here you will get negative means what? Here you will get negative. Negative means direction of E vector and r cap opposite. That means since r cap is outward, electric field will be inward. Now similarly, we can calculate what? Electric field intensity at a point P on the cell. That means suppose this is the positively charged cells, this blue circle, circle means here it is sphere, okay, it is positively charged. Now we are going to find out electric field intensity at point P on the surface. That's why we have to draw the Gaussian surface on the surface, but it is very difficult to understand that we have drawn the Gaussian surface on the surface. That's why little bit 1 millimeter I have for understanding only actually coincide this red mark. This is the what dotted mark, actually this is the Gaussian surface, but actually it is coincide. That means radius of Gaussian surface small r exactly equal to radius of the spherical cell, positively charged spherical cell. And I have taken a small portion of Gaussian surface. Gaussian surface having area what? Area capital S. That's why the small element area of Gaussian surface is what? ds. Now area vector will be perpendicular to ds vector, and electric field is always perpendicular to what? Cell. That is why now this time also E vector and ds are parallel. That means theta equal to 0 degree. Now I have written, see my note, take a spherical Gaussian surface of radius r is equal to r. Why r is equal to r? Because we are going to calculate on the surface only. That is why Gaussian surface should coincide the surface. According to Gauss's law means what we will get? Phi is equal to E vector dot ds vector, q by epsilon naught E ds cos 0 degree, because parallel, q by epsilon naught E is constant outside. Why E is constant? Because means radius is same. Okay, and ds is equal to what this time? Integration of ds means 4 pi capital R square, because r is equal to what? R. ds means what? ds means small area of Gaussian surface, but Gaussian surface having radius what? Capital R. That is why this time you have to write capital R square, not small r square, and E is equal to, you will get this one. Okay, and this is the expression for electric field intensity on the surface. Okay, now if you put q, net charge here, what? Net charge means q. Okay, q is equal to what? Sigma into a. Sigma into a means what? 4 pi capital R square, area of the cell. That is why q is equal to sigma into, you can write 4 pi R square. After calculation you will get E is equal to sigma by epsilon naught. That means all of you have to remember, on the surface of the cell, electric field intensity at every point is E is equal to sigma by epsilon naught. This formula also you have to remember, and this formula also you have to remember. Again, last but not the least, electric field intensity at a point inside the cell. Inside the cell means, suppose this is the cell having radius capital R, and inside a point P. That means we have to draw Gaussian surface having radius small r inside the cell. Okay, but this time r is less than capital R. Take a Gaussian surface of radius r less than r through point P. Now net charge inside net charge enclosed by the Gaussian surface. Is there any charge inside the Gaussian surface? No, 0. All charges are outside on the spherical cell. That is why, since q is 0, applying Gauss's theorem, see phi is equal to integration of E vector dot ds vector q by epsilon naught. Q is 0. That is why it is 0. Since ds is not 0, ds is a small portion of what? S, means Gaussian surface. ds is not 0. Definitely E vector should be 0. That means E is 0. That means inside any spherical cell, electric field intensity is 0. These three parts you have to understand very well. In exam, normally derivations used to come. Okay, today I would like to finish my topic. Okay, next chapter I would like to discuss tomorrow, and till then, bye.